Hi folks, Isabella here, beYOUtiful and SGX coach. For those of you who don't know me yet, I am Isabella, an owner of beYOUtiful company. I am a lifestyle, nutrition and sport coach, as well as motivation and life coach. I coach mainly women, and I base my coaching on very individualized, personalized programs focused mainly on health in all aspects, starting with food, fitness, and finishing up with mindset, self-esteem, and self-confidence. Today, in the series, in our videos, in the series of Thursdays with beYOUtiful, I'm going to touch base on the topic, which I'm getting also questions before people even get into any type of coaching programs. My camera is a little off. Which is, how should I start? How should I start? All these things is so overwhelming. It's so much, and I just cannot start from, because there are people who wants to change their lifestyle, but all their life they were never cooking. They were eating fast food, or they were eating ready meals. They thought that lean packaged food is the healthiest one. The only program they maybe followed was Weight Watchers, or maybe never followed anything, or if ever they ever did anything, it was all those diets, 21-day fixes, which brought them to actually more frustrations than ever, and then the program promised to give. So in many aspects, where to start? So in order to start, I usually and mainly start with every client, and as I mentioned in the introduction, every client's program is very individualized and custom made for their own lifestyle, body, image, and metabolism, medical records, and our primary interview and consultation. But in general, baby steps are the best to start with. So for example, the first thing what I usually try to make my clients to start with is adjustment on water. The water intake should be at least in ounces, half of your body weight. So if you weigh 130 pounds, you should be drinking at least 65 ounces of water, right? That's minimum. The best will be to drink 1 ounce a pound, which in many cases is really a lot. However, 130-pound heavy person, that's a gallon of water a day. Yes, I understand. That sounds probably huge, but this is the first step to adjust. Why? Water is very crucial in every single process in our body. Every single metabolic process. And just so you know, I'm biologist and PhD and master in biology, and I've been a researcher and scientist for 14 years, and I know what I'm talking about. Every single process, chemical process, biological process, a process in our body requires water molecules to move the process, to move the reaction going. Keep going. So water is very necessary for everything. Think about this. You don't water plant, it will die very quickly. It will die quicker if you don't deliver enough sunlight to that plant, right? So definitely water is the first must. The second adjustment is sugar. Sugar, unfortunately, no matter what you will hear around and whatever you want to hear, I am going to be super blunt. Sugar is a mistake. It's the worst thing you could probably ever face. I don't care if you eat any other type of food, but if you eat sugar and you allow yourself to have that sugar everywhere you go, and every type of food you have, I'm sorry, you're just making yourself miserable, and you make a huge disfavor to your body and to yourself, and you are sabotaging your every single step towards better life and healthier life. Why? I'm not talking about white sugar, because if you tell me I'm not adding sugar to my tea or coffee, perfect, I'm glad. I'm glad you don't do that. But have you bought ranch dressing? Have you bought ketchup? Did you get your maybe turkey deli and maybe salami and maybe a little bit cheese, American cheese, and so on, yeah, do you think those things are sugar-free? Heck no. And if you don't believe, take the bottle of your ranch or dressing, any other dressing you just bought recently, ketchup, or maybe even that turkey deli, and turn around and do not look only on the nutritional fact table. Look primarily at the ingredient list which is below that table. And if you don't know any names such as corn syrup, cornstarch, maltodextrin, sucralose, saccharose, all those dextrins, and all those another type of sugary names, those are sugars. So if the package says sugar-free and I see maltodextrin or cornstarch or corn syrup in the ingredients list, I just laugh. Because this is a huge marketing promotional labor to make you stupid and to make you dumb, thinking that it's sugar-free. It's not. And you know what? The more I read, the more shocked I am, seeing how marketers and food producers are cheating us and how they are making us dumb because they think we don't know how to read. Excuse me, I think you all can read and we all can understand what sugar is. So I really encourage every client of mine, pay attention to sugar, the hidden sugar, which is the worst. Another step, the next step could be dairy-free. So for you, again, in many cases, especially in case of women, dairy-free type of diet is my favorite one. Why? Because dairy is very inflammatory. On top of everything, dairy comes from the female cow, which carries a female hormones, which has female hormones, which are secreted to the milk and which are carried over to us through dairy products. Some of those aspects may be pasteurized, but pasteurization is mainly processed to remove the germs and bacteria, which is another bad aspect because we still need those good bacteria in our gut. However, I'm focused right now on hormones and inflammatory aspect of dairy. It's very highly inflammatory and is really one of the reasons when you feel bloated or retaining water. This is primarily due to the dairy, if you had one within last few or couple of hours. So dairy-free is my another aspect and another step to make my clients, especially women clients, to be dairy-free. And that would be the next step. So once you become, once you hydrate properly, then you become sugar-free, then you become dairy-free. Then, of course, comes another aspect. Then you can get free of some other aspects. So, for example, some of you may be reacting very bad to gluten. So, becoming gluten-free, it will be very important too. And now there are a lot of informations about gluten and gluten-free and so on. And in my coaching, I am gluten-free person, but I know there are vegan people eating gluten and they feel good, and there are people not eating gluten and they are feeling good. And basically what I do tests with my clients when they are eating couple of weeks gluten, and then we will just see and we are just observing how they are feeling, if they are feeling good, if they are feeling energized, if they don't have any type of bloating, any type of reactions going on, then I'm okay with gluten. But in many cases, removing gluten from your diet may give you additional boost and remove additional pro-inflammatory component in your system. Because gluten, especially the gluten in the produced, man-made, processed food in 21st century, is the totally modified gluten molecule, which is very toxic and allergic to us. The gluten, which was produced in the grains in like hundreds and hundreds years ago by our ancestors, was totally different and well absorbed and well the body was reacting well to it. So gluten might be another aspect to get rid of it. Of course, another thing could be to get soy-free and nut-free. Soy-free because soy and corn in United States especially is highly GMO, highly processed, highly pesticide plants. So to getting rid of those would be really, really beneficial, especially in terms of, again, women. Soy is boosting estrogen on top of dairy. So getting rid of the soy and getting rid of the dairy, another very beneficial aspect of that is that you are getting rid of some components which might be pro-cancerous for you, especially ovarian, cervical, and breast cancer. So whoever out there, out of you ladies, is a cancer survivor, I encourage you strongly to get rid of dairy and soy in your diet. And another probably step could be getting rid of nuts if you are allergic to them, maybe grains. So that those goes actually to the same category as gluten mainly. And at the end, I want to teach my clients, after getting rid of slowly, small steps, right? Getting rid of small things, making them sugar-free, dairy-free, maybe gluten-free, soy-free, corn-free, nut-free, if that's necessary. Those usually goes along with the allergies. But I'm very fond of nuts and nut butter, so I wouldn't really totally discourage you from eating it, because they are a very good source of omegas and good fats. Then I'm teaching my clients to become a whole food eaters, because my coaching is focused on teaching my clients to be able to go to the grocery store and be able to go to those parts of the grocery store which they know is going to give them a food which is highly beneficial for their body, where they are feeling they don't want to go into the packaged food aisles, where they don't need to go into cookie or chips aisles, because they just don't crave them, they just don't need them, they just don't see them beneficial. I teach them that the whole food program and the whole food lifestyle is very happy, very efficient, very beneficial for them. And seeing my clients when cooking whole food meals and seeing them or hearing them telling me that, you know what, I really don't need to buy chips or this or that, I don't crave, I don't feel deprived, I am full and I love my food. I never thought I would even love veggies. I would never even imagine how many meals I can cook out of those type of foods I just bought in grocery store. That makes me really happy, because this is lifestyle change. This is not a quick fix. So if you're looking for a quick fix coach, it's not me. If you're looking for a lifestyle change coach, that's me. And I am really, really happy to teach my clients. And on top of everything, I believe once they are taught how to live healthy, they don't need any parent or any coach to hold their hands anymore after I don't know, a while of being coached. And I strongly encourage people to take those small steps and go eventually to that whole food program, whole food lifestyle change, which makes them happy, which makes them energized, which makes them feel like they can now carry entire world on their hands, on their shoulders, and feel just like their life totally changed into way better one than they had before. So that was a little longer video, but I hope it helped you to maybe incorporate some of those steps, some of those aspects I just told you. If you have any other questions, or you are having actually more specific questions, because that was a very general program, general aspects and plan, please hit me up below in that video. I'm going to link my email, link my websites, link my social media, so you can hit me up on any of those and comment. If you have any nice thing to say, please say. If you have any criticism and comments and you want to call me out, please do as well, because I am here to discuss any type of options. And as I said, my programs are very individualized, and if you don't want to go gluten-free, that's all right with me. As soon as you feel good and as soon as your life and your lifestyle changes are the ones you want to achieve. So with this, beautiful people out there, I wish you a wonderful Thursday, and I hope to see you in next video, Thursdays with beYOUtiful. And please comment and ask me questions, because that way I can answer those on the another video. So have a great day, guys, and beYOUtiful coach signing off.